So, in this meditation, we're going to explore impermanence or change as it relates to our feelings. But we're going to approach this through the breathing. So, first of all, feeling our way into a meditation posture that's going to allow us to be alert and at the same time have a sense of relaxation. And just beginning to connect with what our experience is right now. Allowing ourselves to connect with the full sphere of our awareness. Connecting first of all with the world around us. Particularly noticing at first the space around us. This can help us connect with a sense of spacious awareness in which it's easier to maintain mindfulness. And within that space, no doubt there are arising sounds. And just noticing how certain of those sounds come and go. They begin and end. A sentence spoken by someone outside. Sound of a passing vehicle. A slamming car door. The click of electrical apparatuses switching on and off. The bark of a dog. Just noticing how each of those things comes into being, exists for a small amount of time, and then passes away. There may be other sounds that are more constant. And pay attention to those too. Here, the impermanence of these sounds may reveal itself as moment by moment change. So if you're hearing the hum of a refrigerator or the whir of air conditioning or some other relatively constant sound, just paying attention to it. Just paying attention to how it's changing moment by moment by moment. And notice the light coming through your closed eyelids as well. We use a single static word to refer to this phenomenon, light. And yet, as you pay attention to it, you notice There are all these dancing pinpoints of color on the inside of your eyelids. Reds and greens and blues, twinkling in and out of existence incredibly quickly. Dancing patterns of energy. And beginning to pay more attention to sensations arising from your own body now. We can connect with the breathing, the rise and fall of the breathing. Just noticing how each in-breath and each out-breath has a beginning, an existence, and an end. This in-breath begins, exists, ends. The out-breath begins, exists, ends. So aware of each phase of the breathing as an impermanent phenomenon. Each in-breath, each out-breath comes only once. It's a fleeting, temporary phenomenon. And just see if you can allow this awareness of the impermanence of your in-breaths and out-breaths to create a sense of appreciation. And now let's zoom in a little closer on our breathing. And just taking the next in-breath or out-breath. Noticing how it's composed of a series of moments, one after another. Each moment of perception being just a fraction of a second long. Each moment being comprised of many, many different sensations coming from different parts of the body. Each moment is a constellation of sensation. Each moment is unique, different from the moment before and the moment to follow. No moment is ever repeated. And so seeing if you can appreciate each moment of your experience as it passes by, never to return. So what we first may have taken to be a thing, an in-breath or an out-breath, we can begin to realize it's actually a complex process. So now let's try observing change or impermanence in our feelings. Feelings begin and end, but they're also changing in every moment. So try evoking a feeling right now. An unpleasant feeling. Think of something or someone that disturbs you, troubles you. And just noticing in the usual way where the sensations that we call a feeling arise in the body. As we breathe in and as we breathe out, the breath changing moment by moment by moment. Also paying attention to this feeling. Recognizing that it too is changing momentarily. This moment of the feeling is not the same as the one before or the one after. This feeling is not a thing, but a process. So try now looking really closely at that feeling. What is the texture of it? What are the sensations that you're calling hurt or anxiety or whatever feeling it is that you have evoked? looking really closely at the volume of space in your body where this feeling arises. Taking an interest in what is this made up of? Is this feeling just one kind of sensation? Or are there different kinds of sensations interwoven? Is this feeling a solid thing? Or does there seem to be space inside it? So sometimes it appears that what we call the feeling is actually made up of different kinds of sensations, which, when looked at closely, may seem to have the same kind of twinkling quality that light does when it shines through your closed eyelids. Feelings may be revealed as not solid, but more like a cloud of ever-changing sensation. Never the same in any two moments. And if we look really closely, at something like heart, we may find that there is no heart there. If we look really closely at anxiety, we may find that within our anxiety there is no anxiety. It's like getting up really close to a pointillist picture. And where at first it appeared there was a representation of an object, we see there are just points of different colored paints. And if in heart there is no heart, if in anxiety there is no anxiety, then there's nothing to resist. There's nothing to react to. And so we can experience a deeper level of peace. Moment by moment by moment. So if you want, you can just continue to sit observing your experience in this way with curiosity. you can begin slowly to move the body, and at last to open the eyes.